Okay, so for this one, what's the first step? Yeah. Make 24. Fraction 24 to make 10.
6 and 4.
So then you rewrite the middle term. It doesn't really matter what order you put these in. Did anybody put theirs in a different order? 4 and 6? Cool. No. I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Like, why did I put my hand? What comes out of these two?
3x. X plus 2. 4.
Now, real quick. What did you have in here? Oh, you're like, don't talk to me. All right. Did anybody else do 4x plus 6x? All right. What did you have in here instead of x plus 2? You had 3x plus 4 in the inside. So if you change the order of these, this will be x and 2, and this will be 3x plus 4. We still end up with the same answer, don't we? If you change the order, it will be the same answer eventually. And right here, it's just going to be reversed because you reversed them. Right? So then I get x plus 2, 3x plus 4. We all agree with that. By the way, real quick, multiplication is commutative. Does not matter which order these are in, right? This could be first. It don't matter. I always get somebody who's like, I didn't get the same answer you. Yes, you did. Is that okay so far? What's up? Go ahead.
I have to get 3x plus 4.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
All right, now watch. How do you factor this? Oh, don't worry. What do they both have? What's the GCF?
Y.
They both have a y.
Yeah.
So you would take the y out, right? Right?
Yeah.
What do these both have?
X plus 2.
So I take an x plus 2 out,
Yeah.
and be left with 3x plus 4. I mean, in this case, the x plus 2 is acting like the y.
Sure. Okay.
You all good? No, don't worry. I mean, that's the same question a lot of people also had. They're just sitting there not asking it. Right? We got to get over it. X plus 2 is one number. If x is 7, this is the number 9. Right? So if they both have x plus 2, I can take it out. That's why that step works. That's why if this is not the same as this, you cannot do the next step. Yes?
So, in other words, the ones on the outside, like 3x and 4, grew up together? Like,
Sort of, but it's all you're really doing is what was distributed to both of these was x plus 2, and what did I distribute it to? 3x and 4. Yeah.
yeah, and
So they don't like move around. I'm just taking this out. So then what am I left with? 3x plus 4.
And if there wasn't that 4 there, and the x plus 2 and x plus 2 cancel out, it ends up being 1?
Doesn't cancel out. Yeah, but there's an understood 1 here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's always would just be a placeholder 1 that's left there.
Alright.
I like it. Yes.
This is random, but do you like that flavor?
Say again?
How do you like that flavor?
Oh, this is the best, man. I love strawberry. I love mint. This is strawberry mint. Right? So. And I love tea. I'm a Georgia boy, so.
My question is, what I don't understand is when you get a 24. So I'm going to look for a number who adds 10.
3 times 8, 24.
I multiply the
Yep.
two extremes. Okay.
And the reason you do that is because if I start here, what do I start doing? Multiplying. So to take this into account, I multiply it to see what the real number is I'm working with. What's that real product? Which is why the whole motivation at the beginning is why I put that there. I want to know what's the product I'm working with. I'm not finding factors of 8 that make 10. There aren't any for one thing. I'm finding factors of 24 that make 10. Yes?
We also have to make sure that when we're factoring, to always keep that plus in between those two.
Yes, dear God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for grouping, I would suggest never put parentheses, because when there's a minus, you put parentheses, you actually took a negative out, and that throws everything off. Just underline the damn things, right? Don't put parentheses. Putting in parentheses is actually doing something algebraically. Underlining is just focusing your attention on things. All right. Okay. Wide range of emotions out there I'm picking up. What's about the next one here? So 5x squared minus 13x plus 6. What's the first step?
Multiply.
5 and 6 is 30.
-3, -10.
-3, -10. Again, it doesn't matter what order you put them in. So real quick, aren't there like an infinite number of things that add every -13? 3 and -16. 100 and -113. I mean, this is the only way to break that up so that the grouping works. That's why this step is important. It doesn't matter how you put them in, but that's the only two numbers that make it work. And then I just group because I got 4 numbers, 4 terms. Comes out of here.
Tens.
Considering I have to make this the same, what do I have to take out of this?
2.
-2.
Negative, yeah.
You see, that's beautiful. That is a hint. This is a hint. Why? How did I do that last step? Because these were the same. That's the only way you can do the last step. So once you got one of them, it's what the other one has to be. So then what do I take out of -10 to make it become 5? -2. The problem is telling you how to do the next step. Holy shit. So I take a -2 out, and remarkably enough, I'm left with 5x. 6 divided by -2 is -3. Biggest mistake is to leave that as plus and then to somehow do the next step. All right, that's some Harry Potter shit. Sorry. You can't do the next step unless those are the same. That's how the next step is done. What's the last step here? Yeah, they both have this, so it can come out, and I'm left with x minus 2. Now, I haven't said this yet, I don't think, but if you have another way besides that one evil way, if you're not sure if you do it the evil way, just show me, and I'll tell you. But if you have another way you do these, there's the trial and error method where you just write all the factors of 30, and then or you just kind of keep doing this until you go a little insane until you finally get to this, just changing all the factors. I mean, that's got to show me some idea of what you're doing. I'm open to other ways of doing things. I'm not saying you can only do it this way. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
So if you grouped up the 5x squared with the -10x,
Oh yeah.
it ends up being the same answer because it's cumulative?
It's sort of like this. It's sort of like this. Factor 18. What's the first step to factor 18 all the way? What would you put? To factor 18 all the way, what's the first way you could break it up? 9 and 2. No. 3 and 6. You're like, what's your problem, Jeff? So just because we do 2 different first steps does not mean we're not going to end up in the same place, right? Don't I end up in the same place? 2 3s and a 2? Okay, that's really why. You're just taking a different way in the first step. At the end, we're going to agree. I call this the DNA of 18. 18 is a 2 and 2 3s. It can't be anything else. Right? It's the DNA of 18. This is the DNA of that shit. Yes?
I feel like I'm going to make this stupid mistake later. To put 5x minus 3 squared and then x.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's
So
like,
why wouldn't I do that?
because you don't have 2 of them. So watch. How many x's are there written in this problem? 1. When you distribute it, it looks like there are 2. But we know there isn't. There was 1 that was given to both things. I like it. Okay. And then there was one last one right there. Oh. All right. Now, to be honest, the real first step should always be, can something come out? Because if something can come out, if an 8 could come out, kick ass. Because now I've got a problem with the one out front that's much easier, right? But if anything can come out, all my numbers are smaller, which makes the whole problem easier, right? But ain't shit comes out. Too bad. So then I have to do what?
Multiply the first
Yeah. 8 times negative 25?
200. Negative 200.
Negative 200?
-20 and 10.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. I need factor this to add to be negative 10, so it'll be negative 20 and 10. And then I just split up the middle term. Right? So 8x squared minus 20x plus 10x minus 25. Group at 4x x minus 5 plus, whoa, what did I do wrong? Oh, 2x plus, oh, real quick, I love that. See, one thing is, I make mistakes. Second thing is, you see how I quickly identified I made a mistake. I'm like, there's no way that this is going to become, I can't take a 10 out. There's no way it was going to become x. Right? A little teachable moment from my mistake. So I'm like, oh shit, I did something wrong here because there's no way I can make this become what I had here. That's fine. Making mistakes is sometimes a part of the process. It kind of tells you what you did wrong along the way. So here I take out 5, and I get 2x minus 5. So then the answer is going to be either order, either one of these first. You have to have both of those on. Now again, real quick, just to remind you guys, if x was 1, for example, this is extra shit, by the way. If x was 1, what number is this? 8 times 1 minus 10 times 1 minus 25. What number is that? Negative 2 minus 25, negative 27, right? Are you guys understanding what I'm doing right now? Because what did I just do? Any number that can be written like this can be factored like this. So let me make a number. Let me let x be 1 and make a nice concrete number to look at. You can make x be whatever the hell you want it to be. I wanted it to be 1. And if x is 1, what is this? If x is 1, this is
Negative
2 minus 5, negative 3. 4 plus 5, 9. Is that a way to factor that?
3. Yeah.
Yes. That's one quick little way to check if you have time. Yes.
When I grouped up the negative 20x with the minus 25, I got to a point where I distribute the 5, or like you factor out by 5. And I don't know if it's a
Real quick,
negative 5.
let me say this. I'm going to say this. If I have a choice, I'm going to put the negative first. Because it's when the negative is in the middle that I make negative mistakes. But it should still work this way no matter what. So here, it can take out what? 2x. So I have to take what out of this to make it become 4x? Negative 5. Negative 20 divided by negative 5 is 4. Negative 25 divided by negative 5, positive.
Okay. Yeah.
But
That's,
see, it's a little harder than when there's a negative in the middle because you got to stop yourself. All right, the signs have to change.
yeah, because I didn't know how to determine if I needed to take out negative 5 or positive 5.
Oh, it's because you can see right there. The only way this could become the same as this is if I take a negative out.
Okay.
Use this as a hint for what to do here.
Okay.
All right. Cool. But you want to take a break? Yeah? No? In a minute? All right, in a minute. I love you guys. You're like, we're good. Some of you guys are like, no, break, help, God. All right. Well, I mean, the next thing I wanted you guys to do was some factoring problems.
Not the back of this?
Not the back of that. No, sorry. I kind of wanted to put this separate so you can reference that side if you wanted to. Does that make sense? This is all the forms of factoring, all mixed up, which is the way you would see it on the test or a quiz, right? We will eventually. I told you I printed these out in an interesting order.
We're going to talk about the homework assignment before the end of the day, yeah?
What homework assignment?
The one that's not the review, but the other one.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
This is still part of the review.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the function stuff we're going to do. Hello. Yeah, I gave you that other side for a reason. I just printed them in an interesting order.
Gotcha.
So let's do this. Let me compromise here. Why don't you guys do the first 4, at least? I'll go over the first 4, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll finish this.
Sounds good.
All right. So get the first 4 done. I'll do them, then we'll take a break.
Which side?
The factoring side.